Hello and welcome to the Kittitas Valley Math Circle. Today we're going to be learning about encryption. You've been hired on by the KVMC agency to encode and decode messages that need to be sent to and from the agents in the field. But first, let's talk about what encryption is. Have you heard of Morse code? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Morse code, invented in 1863, was a way to communicate using a series of dots and dashes. This was easier for people when they're trying to use lights to communicate, stuff like that. Have you heard of any other forms of communicating that you wouldn't normally? Maybe a language like Spanish, French, or computer language. All of these can be seen as a type of code. Really, encryption could just be about writing things in a different way that you wouldn't normally, but for secrecy. So today, we're going to be going over how to encode messages and how we want you to do it at our agency. Let's look at what steps we need to take to encode and decode messages at our company. Step 1, draw a table or grid. Typically, our tables are going to be an 8 by 8, but let's go over what that means. This table has 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. Therefore, this table is a 3 by 3 table. 3 by 3 table. The tables that we will be using for our messages are typically going to be around 8 by 8, but we can really adjust these tables to be any size that we want. The second step that we will be taking is filling in our message left to right in the table. So let's look at an example message, "How are you?" For filling out the table, we will not be including any spaces or punctuation marks like a period or an exclamation point. So, filling in the table left to right, we have and so on. In step 3, we will be writing our new encrypted message going up to down. So, it will start with H, A, Y. I'm going to add a space for a new column, O, R, and so on. Now, this is the message that we will give to people who know how to decrypt our messages. And people that we don't want getting these messages won't know exactly what this means. Now, let's look at another bigger real-time example. So, the new message I would like to encrypt is, "We are going to start a secret club after school so we can make codes and stuff." Pretty fun. So, now we'll go down to our table and start filling in our message from left to right. So, no spaces, are going. When you run out, just go down to the next one. And keep going until your message is completed. This is what our table will look like when our message is all filled out. Now, to write down the message that we will be handing the agent in the field. As we did in the first example, we're going to write our new sentence going top to bottom in each column. So the first word will say W, N, T, C, R, O, K, and N. Then, since we're at the bottom, we're going to start again at the top, adding our space into the sentence. E, G, A, and so on. And this is what our message looks like when it's all written out. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was looking at this message, I would not be able to tell what it was trying to say. And that's the point of encryption. That completes your training on how to encode messages at our agency. In the next video, we'll go over how to decode messages. But before you go over to that video, make sure you spend some time trying to think about how you could figure out how to decode the messages before I tell you. If you want to practice figuring out how to decode this message before the next video, go ahead and pause this screen. Look at how we started with the message, filling out the table, and our encoded message, and see if you can figure out how to decode a message. That's all we have time for today, though. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.